Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope you guys are all doing well with December weather and winter. It is like frigid out here. It's not raining, it's clear, but I think it dropped into the 20s last night, and it's frigid. But that's all right. We're getting through. I got my cap on, so my dome's staying warm. Anyway, so we are going to get this thing done on this video, no doubt. Well, maybe I better back that up. That's what we're planning. So we've got the spraying is all done. I masked it off so I didn't have to sand off any more than necessary. So I used the primer, and I have got my disc sander with my 80 grit. I'm using 80. Sometimes I'll use 60 if it's a real hard board, but this cedar is so soft that I'm using 80 and 120 to finish it up with my random orbital. So let's finish this thing up. Here we go. Let's see what it looks like. Here we go. That good?
Well, let me
stand it up more.
Right. Okay.
All right, I like it.
She's so cute.
Yeah, I like that. All right, so we are going to put a finish on it. We'll be right back. All right, guys, so I'm just using the clear gloss. This is going to be an interior sign, so I'm just using the clear gloss. It's so cold out here. I did warm this up, put it in front of the heater for a few minutes, so it's not sub-zero temperature like it is outside. So let's just get some finish on it here. Probably end up putting, I don't know, 4 or 5 coats, something like that. Wow, that grain really comes alive. Love the way that looks. All right, I already did the back, and I got to do the bottom edge, but I wanted to stand it up while I put the first coat on. So here's the deal. I'm going to put about 3 or 4 more coats, get this thing completely finished. Then we're going to come back, and Vicky's going to do some painting. So stick with us.
Hi guys, and welcome back. Welcome back to the playhouse. Guess what time it is? It's paint time. So I have this picture that I printed up off of the internet. I googled Abominable and got that, and that's where I made this template or this pattern from. So we are going to paint today, and we're going to be using the One Shot oil-based paint. Eric has 4 coats of the finish on the sign, so hopefully if I goof up, I should just be able just to wipe it off without any problems. But hopefully I won't goof up.
You won't.
All right, here we go. So wish me luck, because as much as Eric hates painting, I probably hate it just a little bit more. I don't know, do I, babe? I'm sorry, you're gonna have to bear with me for just a minute while I...
Oh, see, I didn't know you were going to do any white, huh?
Yeah, he's got to be white. He's a...
Oh, the whole thing is going to be white, so it's going to be white and blue then.
Correct.
Oh,
Oh,
see,
you know what I need?
I thought you were going to leave them.
Do you have any
Q-tips?
Q-tips out here?
I don't think so, but
okay,
I know where
can you run in and grab me some, please?
Yeah. I'll make sure this is focused in, and you can just keep talking.
All right, so...
while I'm not here. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so it kind of nudged over the side just a little bit. And I don't want it to run down into the black. So I shouldn't have put quite so much paint on the paintbrush. But that's all right. This is the hard part, so I wanted to do it first. It's hard to talk and paint at the same time. This is the part that takes patience, and I am not real good with patience.
There you go.
That's blue. Thank you. Yeah, just a little bit too close down there.
And you need some toothpicks?
Yeah, maybe some toothpicks too.
I don't have any. But I know where to get some.
I have some in my shop.
Yeah. Be right back.
For a change, it's Eric doing the running around, not me. Alright, this is going to take some time. That's all blue. This is white. It's a good idea to have your picture if you need your picture, if you can't remember what Abominable looks like. So we're going to do Abominable white. We'll do the blue. That's the blue there. And then we'll do the tree. So you guys can see what I'm doing here. We'll come back. And hopefully I'll have the white all done. And then we'll start with the blue. Fill in the blue and then go on to the Christmas tree. So we'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, so I got Abominable all done here, and I did have to go, like Eric said, with a smaller brush on some spots. Now we're going to go back in and we're going to do, I'm going to try to get as close to this as possible, but I'm not too worried about him too much as long as he's not too blue. There were some spots where the paint ran down, and what I did was I took some of Eric's black primer and I sprayed it onto a little lid, and I just kind of touched up inside that black in there. So I have blue here.
Sprayed it onto a lid? You mean a toothpick?
No, I sprayed it onto a lid cap, some kind of a canning cap. I sprayed it on it, and then just so that.
And then used a brush and
Yeah.
went down inside with the brush. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've done it before with one of those big toothpicks. But
Oh,
yeah,
well.
same difference.
So I
Okay,
want
so now
blue.
you're, look at you. Oh, mixing and everything. You're so creative.
Don't be so shocked.
I'm not shocked. I'm just not talented like that.
Sure. You're so funny. All right, here we go. Wish me luck. Oh, I forgot to do inside the eyes there. I have to go back and touch that up. I gotta stand up. I can't talk and do this, I'll mess it up. So you have to talk. Oh, see? It's thin.
It's thin?
Yeah, I'll have to go back down in there with the black again. I got too much on the brush.
Yeah, that's some tiny areas. So this one shot that Vicki is using is oil-based. So we've got paint thinner on board just for cleanup. And the question comes up a lot, you know, do I paint first and then put the finish on? And we almost always put the finish on first and then paint on top of that. Now this is going to be an interior sign, but even if it was exterior, because the one shot is an exterior paint, it would be fine outside as well. We would do it exactly the same way. The wind is whipping outside, hear it?
Yeah.
All right. You want to come back when
Yeah, I'm
going
going to finish up his feet, and then we'll move on to his feet and his hands, and then we'll move on to the tree. Okay, guys, Abominable is done. I got pretty close to the blue. Pretty close. This is going to show up a little bit better, I think. But, so now I'm going to move on to the tree, and I have the green. It's called emerald green, but really doesn't look emeraldy to me. So we're just going to paint the tree, and Eric's going to put my color paint over there so that I can do the bulbs. I'm trying to think what's the best way to do this.
That looks emerald green to me.
Is it?
Well, if you lived in Oz, you would know that.
I guess so. So we are just going to do our tree green. If I was artistic, which I'm not, I would have, you know, like little shades of green and, you know, shading and all that fancy stuff, but I'm not. So whoever wins the sign, you all can do all the artistic stuff if you want.
Yeah, you can repaint it if you want.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, guys, these ideas of using these screws on these paint. Let me see if I can get this in front of the camera. Using these screws on these paint and just taking that screw out and getting a couple drips of paint of what you want, and then putting the screw back in. I really like it. It's really showing up. Really working on this deal. So all of the colors that Vicki has done, the white and the blue, and the other blue and the green, we've got screws in the lids, and we're just taking those off and then putting a couple squirts of...
Kind of saves on your paint too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely does. And you never have to take the lids off. The lids never come off, so they don't get all crusty, and they don't get a film on the paint because you never take the lids off. You take the screw out, you put the paint that you want on there, and then put the screw back in right away. And it seals it back up.
This is a pretty green.
Very pretty green.
Okay, guys, it is done. This is Abe. Meet Abe. I see some places where there's white, but you know what?
He looks great.
It is what it is. So, anyway,
Awesome.
There you go. So, my part is done, and then next, Eric is going to come and finish him up. So, keep watching, and we'll be right back. Bye.
All right, it's back to me. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put some lights on the tree. We've got the little color balls on there. Now we're going to put some lights on there. So I've got some little fairy lights that are multicolored, and I've kind of calculated it out how much space I can have in between and still get the lights down in the hole, which I've done this before. And the cool thing about these is you can just snip them off wherever you want. This was on the end, and I needed just that many lights. So now I've already figured out what size hole I need, and I'm going to drill this from the front. So we've got 12 lights basically. We've got 13 lights here, but I want to start with the white light at the top in the yellow. So anyway, I'll turn that off for right now. And let's just drill this. I'm not sure exactly how this is going to look.
We did mark it with a pen where we wanted.
Yeah, that's what all those little dots are. So let's see if we can get this done. Not quite all the way through yet. Yep, that's through. And I'm just not, we may have to go back and touch up the paint. I would prefer to drill from the back side, but just no way to know exactly where they're going to be. So we're going to drill all those holes, and then if we need to touch it up with the paint, fortunately we have Vicky. Now, had we, Vicky just painted this last night, so it could be that one-shot paint is still a little, it feels like it's still a little wet, even though it's dry on the surface. So, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and clean all these holes up on the front. We're going to get those lights. Well, actually, I have to cut a cavity on the back with this. For this,
with what?
I'm going to use.
You said with this, but
so
okay.
this I'm going to put a little depression in the back to mount this somewhere around here, so that it'll be flush on the back side. So we'll come back with a little spiral upcut bit, and we'll get this set on the back side. All right, so I'm going to use my little 1/8 inch spiral upcut, and I've got it set a little bit deeper than this because I want to put that on with two-sided tape so it's nice and removable. So I don't know how deep I'm cutting, probably a little over 1/4 inch, but I think it'll be okay. I'm just taking a little bit of, I'm just cutting an 1/8 inch there, so I'll take my time. And so I've got it marked here. This is where it's going to sit, and the top switch is going to be right in this area. So just anything close will probably work. All right, let's see if that fits. And can I fit my... Oh, I can even fit my sausage fingers in there to turn it on and off. Excellent. Okay. Now...
I'm sorry, you know what I have is I have some Velcro that has like sticky on the back.
Oh, it's like two-sided...
Two-sided Velcro.
Yeah, we could do that.
So you could do that. I could find it.
Yeah, I like that idea. That's a great idea.
Just Velcro it out.
Right. It'll pop in, pop out. And that's the thing. We want to be able to swap these things out, either change the battery or swap these things out. These holes are just, well, we'll go inside and install these lights and see what they look like. But I think we will have to touch up the color. So we'll meet you back inside. All right, so we've got our cavity set. Vicky found a little Velcro.
It's a roll.
It's a roll.
Cut to size.
And then you just cut it to the length you want it. We just snipped a little piece off the end. And I think, and then it's two-sided there. Actually, Velcro brand. So where do you think this goes on the...
I don't really think it matters when we're
going to stick this... we're going to stick this on here.
And then you should stick the other piece to
this, and then stick it down, right? That way it's a perfect match. Easier said than done. Oh, I should have done that with that on there before I peeled it, huh? Stupid. Now, we want to stick it all the way that way to give room to get in there and hit that switch. Here we go. That turns the lights on and off. All right. Now, should I dare try and... let's let that adhesive set, because it might be that adhesive needs to set for an hour or so. Okay, so here's what I'm doing here. So I made these holes the right size that you can just bend this wire and stick that down in there. And I think I don't even need to put any glue on that. I think it's, you know, just the size of the hole is the right size that will allow those lights to sit in there and not even need any glue. And I measured it so I knew, let's see, I'm going to do, yeah, we're going to go that way. So there's plenty of space there if you need to, you know, we'll adjust those lights as soon as we see what it looks like from the front side.
Well, if you don't glue it too and the lights go out, you could always, you know,
right.
do it.
And these lights, by the way, would you hand me that black pack right next to the, up on that top shelf, right by the nail gun on this end? There should be a black package up there. These are in our Amazon store, by the way, guys.
Oops, sorry, I moved the camera. Got a glare. There we go.
So those are in our Amazon store, and I think it was like, I don't know, but there's like 6 sets of lights in there, and I don't think it was very much, 10 or 15 bucks, maybe less.
Did you miss it?
Did I miss one?
No, I don't think so.
We're going to have an extra light, right? Well, whatever we have extra, we can just snip it off.
Why is there an extra light?
Well, because we needed this one to be white.
Oh.
And because of that, I wanted that one to absolutely be white. The rest of them didn't really matter. But that white needed to be on the star, yeah, the yellow. So, and rather have too many than not enough to begin with. So we'll see how that looks. Again, you know, we'll go back and touch those up. How do they look?
Look, you could
come through a little bit more. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the reason that it makes see, this one you can see is all the way through.
Oh, we got glare. So.
Oh. Oop, that one's a little bit too far.
That top blue one needs to come this way.
That one?
Yeah, there you go. And then the green one underneath it.
Green one underneath it, okay.
Oh, it went back out. Pulled it back out, that blue one.
That better?
Yeah.
Oh, that was... Anyway, you can see the deal, guys. And you might put a drop of glue on them. You certainly can. We might do that. Look okay? Mm-hmm. All right. So we are going to. So that last one there. Let me show you. It goes blank for just a second, but you can trim this off wherever you want, and you can see they're still lit. So these things are so cool. Just so neat. All right, so we are off camera. We're going to touch these up, and then we will be back, and we'll wrap this thing up. Okay, boys and girls, it is done. We are finished with it. So what we had to do, Vicki touched up all that green and the yellow on there so it looks just like it did before. And the lights did slide in and out a little bit, so I used a hot glue gun. Just put a drop of glue on each one of those holes, just so those things can't move. And if you get this, or if you do one of these, remember, just use a heat gun and it heats that glue up, and then those things are completely movable. You can swap them out. So that's a neat thing about hot glue. Just, it's reusable if you use a heat gun. So that is it. We had so much fun on this project. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And tomorrow night, if you guys are around, that's Thursday the 23rd, we will be going live on YouTube, and we will be giving this away. We're going to have a trivia question, and we'll be giving this away, domestic only. But hopefully you guys can make that. It'll be 6 p.m. Mountain Time, so wherever that is, wherever you're at, and we'll give this away to somebody, whoever answers the trivia question. Anyway, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, we'd love for you to subscribe. If you need supplies, there's the website. Thanks again so much, and we love you. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.